Thank you, and good morning, everyone. I want to just focus in a little bit more into the energy sector from a sustainability perspective, and touch upon goal number 7 of the UN Sustainability Development Initiatives, which is to provide access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for everyone. And that directly relates to the goal behind us, goal number 9 of affordable energy. So the World Energy Council considers energy sustainability to be defined under 3 dimensions: energy security, energy equity, and environmental sustainability. Within our group of companies, we produce an annual report in conjunction with the World Energy Council to measure each country's performance across those 3 dimensions. Factors contributing to each dimension include public and private sector funding, government and regulation links, economic and social factors, natural resources, and all of us, individual consumers' energy exposure. And what we consider to be robust energy systems are those that are completely balanced on security, equity, and environmental sustainability. So on that triangle above, on the right-hand side, all 3 would be a balanced triangle. And countries like Denmark, Switzerland, UK would be high and highly balanced across all 3 of those sectors. So within that context, let's look at what the Middle East and North Africa looks like. Well, the reality is many countries perform strongly in the energy sectors and energy access and affordability across the Middle East and North Africa, but there are challenges in energy security and environmental sustainability. That's because a lot of the operations are high energy intensive. We all use air conditioning. The emission targets are difficult to achieve, and there's high penetration of conventional energy resources such as hydrocarbon related energy resources. And the demand for electricity, water, cooling continues to rise, and if it's not addressed, then the security and environmental factors, the top and the left of the triangle, will continue to get threatened. So what does it look like going forward? Well, essentially a very positive story. So you've got renewable and nuclear energy programs across the Middle East, which will diversify the energy sector. It'll mitigate risk, it'll reduce emissions, and improve system resilience across the energy sector. And none more so is that evident other than in the UAE, where the sustainability element is improving year on year. So if you look at UAE as a mark, then it's always been strong on the security and equity stage. So we classify as A and A, which is the top of the apex of the triangle and to the right of the triangle. But historically has been low in the sustainability sector, which is the left-hand side. And that's partly because of the reliance on hydrocarbons for energy and also for transport. But change is afoot, and year on year, you'll see from 2016 to 2018, significant improvement in the UAE's metric overall rank across all the countries, moving from 43 to 36 last year. And part of that change and part of that improvement is driven by the improvement in the environmental sustainability sector. And there are several large-scale economic strategies in line with the Sustainable Development Goals of the UAE, such as UAE Vision 2021, Green Growth Strategy, UAE Future Growth Strategy, and most importantly, the Energy Strategy of 2050, where the focus 2 main goals are to increase energy generation or electricity generation to 50% from clean sources, and also 40% reduction in consumption of electricity and water. And that change will only improve the ranking that we will see for the UAE in the next decade or so. And what does regional consumption look like? Well, it's expected to grow by 60% in the next 10 years, twice the global increase. but we do have in this region vast renewables resources available to us. Solar energy is clear for all of us to see in this region, but maybe less evident is that there's a huge potential across wind energy as well in Kuwait, Oman, and Saudi in particular. So sustainability is fundamental to ensuring that we in this region, particularly the UAE, will continue to have a reliable and modern energy system. So what's the last part of that? Affordable energy. Affordable energy is mentioned on goal number 9 in the circle there. And so where does the future energy price projections look, and what does that drive towards? So if you look on the right-hand side of that screen, you've got the price points for non-renewable energy. You can clearly see that they're at the higher end of the price point. The left-hand side, fundamentally, renewables and sustainable sources of energy have lower costs in terms of generation. The key for all of us will be how do we harness that energy and ensure that it's stored in a correct way. So the middle part of storage is the key point where the price point becomes low enough, but also becomes reliable and affordable for everyone.